partially mine now. Mine, my brother is the far back, and I'm fulfilling promises I had made. You know, and one promise I had made was if I found my mother's prayer circle, which she had built, Native American prayer circle. For those of you who don't know, then I would restore it. Now, because we couldn't find it, I thought, oh well, uh, we're gonna have to rebuild it. And I had been like going around trying to find the right place to rebuild the circle. And flipping back to my college years, I was on a class and we were looking for Fort Caroline, right? Because Fort Caroline's a lost fort down here in Florida. And my teacher was all about finding it. That was his life's work. So leave it to me, the young student, to stand on a structure, get yelled at for standing on the structure. First day out in the class. So here I am in the backyard with my husband and a friend the other day, and who am I? But if you need to find something by literally stumbling on it, you can translate to English how you would do it, and we had something to the end of their name. So it basically is my mother passed, my father passed, George passed, Ginger passed away, uh, and I've got to learn to say that. um, from here, I have to say things about my parents because there was a great injustice against me in the family involving a tribe that they were joining, and I was exiled from. And I have talked about it in public, but I haven't really like talked about it or said things. So um, when the parents passed away, the tribal mother of the tribal mother, not the one that had me exiled, had said to me, "Well, you can come back. All right, are you going to apologize?" Because I was falsely accused. The accusation at the time was that I was the member of a satanic church. What happened is I went to a wedding at the invitation of the current clan mother, whom everyone reveres, and still, it was, I believe it was her daughter's wedding, and there's this tradition at that band's weddings. The women hang out and tell ghost stories and stuff. So we were telling ghost stories, us and two teenage girls and one woman whom forever will be named Snake in the Grass to me. And one girl admitted to being a member of a satanic church. But by dawn, somehow, because they confronted her, she said, "Oh no, it was that other woman." And I became the culprit somehow. And I was never told this. So I was told by the clan mother, "Come back for your first sweat." Very excited, finally, because I mean, since I was little, I had wanted to rejoin the tribe. I mean, this was like a lifelong dream. And I had worked hard for it. So I worked hard, started my first prayer shawl, dancing shawl to some of you, and had to get help because I can't sew. And drove up there, found a safe place for the kids to be for the weekend. Drove up for my very first sweat. I was so excited, and was told I wasn't welcome anymore. I was being exiled because I was the member of a satanic church, without being given the talking stick to defend myself or anything. So I'm standing there in the office while the chief is telling me this, and he's repeating himself, and you're dumbfounded. You don't think to say, "But that wasn't me," or anything. You're just like, wow, deer in headlights. And so I left. But my parents stayed. At the time, I thought, oh, my parents will defend me. And from there, the family, which was already very dysfunctional, the wedge was driven very deep. My mother latched onto what the tribe was saying about me, and I became a ghost. To the point that I'm thinking about changing my name to Ghost Fox instead of Spear Carrier, at least one of my names, because you can have many names. But she told me at one point, because she started putting a sweat lodge back here, no longer enter the backyard because I was too evil and I wasn't allowed near the holy things. So understand, guys, I'm saying this one because, oh my God, justice. The tribe has made it very clear they're not going to apologize for the wrong, despite the fact that I lost an entire lifetime with my family, and now it's too late. My dad reconciled 2 years or a couple of years beforehand because I almost died, and they realized, wait a minute, our youngin's dying. Like, yeah, which is more important, huh? Your culture club or you, or me? Um, and culture club, by the way, is what my dad used to call the place. And I think it was just to make me feel better, though. And my mother, kinda, but not really. At the very end, she said, and I'm going to quote, maybe we should have done things differently. And that's the most you get out of her. At the tribe, when I said, hey, look, because they're like, you can come back. I was like, no, I can't. I'm a ghost. And you're telling me I can come back like nothing happened. But I lost everything. I lost my childhood dream. I lost my family. I lost my parents. I lost everything because of the actions of your tribe. Now, there are people that go, reparations for something that happened 200 years ago, but you're telling me, and they did, that because you weren't necessarily the exact people who did it, you're not responsible. But the tribe is what did it. The tribe needs to make it right. I cannot come back until the tribe brings me back to life. And but I mean, there are other things that I will be talking about as they come up from now on. There's a lot I kept silent about, and people didn't understand. Oh, she's so trigger happy. Oh, she. No, I'm going to start saying facts, and sadly, I have to start with the medicine wheel of all things. But medicine wheels are for healing, so let me continue. So I thought, because there was a powwow, I thought, oh, I will. I'll hang out. I'll go, and you know, before my parents' funeral, even though. It was, you can come back. We're going to be friendly to you. But then this one person came in and it was, hi, do you remember her? She's, George's daughter. This is her response. Oh, I remember her. This woman's in her like 20s, early 30s. Oh, I remember her. This is why a formal apology has to be done. That is why. Because there are people that still believe the lies. Oh, I remember her, that were children. So, but I went to the powwow, and sure enough, the old women, some of which that were involved in the kerfuffle, are averting their eyes. I offered to help in the kitchen. The current clan mother, who's very friendly to me, I wouldn't say we're friends, understand, because friends requires a level, especially with me. But she got me in the kitchen to help out, and as soon as her back was turned, suddenly everybody who was too busy to help in the kitchen had to get like where I was at. I mean, at one point it was, hey, we're looking at the waters. I said, hey, we don't have enough waters. I used to work at McDonald's. I run my own business. I just had a feeling we didn't have enough waters. The woman that was literally standing in my way and keeping me from doing anything said, oh, no, no, we've got enough. Literally the next order, guys. Literally the next order. They took all the waters. And then we had to go get some more because we didn't have enough for that either. I don't know, guys. There's nothing I can do about it, except to accept that they're not going to fix things. And that's fine, because I am a member of the Brotherton, and I am following the ways of the Mohegan. These are the ways that my father taught me. He may have joined this other tribe, but my father taught me how to be Mohegan and how to be what I am. And Christians call me Satanist for it. Satanists go like, but you're just a pagan. And, there's always this conflict and non-resolution on the matter. And just about everybody goes, so evil. Even my own tribe, even my own people, because the way Christianity fell in, but that's a lecture for another day. But I follow what little ways had come down through the family. I'm the last, by the way. I'm the last one. I'm not saying that some distant cousin doesn't follow the same ways. I'm saying for us, because of the way things happened, even that was taken from me, and I am the last one. So being too evil to go in the backyard near the holy things. How ironic it is. And the humor is not missing me. How ironic it is that I am the one that promised to restore the medicine wheel and the holy things. How ironic it is, and I'm the one that cares enough about this land to make the effort to restore the nature preserve, by the way, nature preserve, and to restore the balance here. And I think the reason why, I mean, aside from the fact that I was robbed. Aside from the fact that I was robbed, I think that the reason why this hurts so bad is because it's an injustice. And I'm told let it go. I'm told you can't, you have to do these things, and but without people like me who care about actual true justice instead of some made up freaking shit, white lighter shit, but actual wrongs, there would be no rights in this world. People like me are important. We are very important to the balance. And I am out here restoring my mother's wheel. So the first thing I'm doing, because I need an elder to tell me more than what scant little knowledge I know. And I'm going to have to restore it in the Mohegan way, not my mother people's way. Is I have been putting cedar chips on the area to help, not necessarily purify, that's for sage. Uh, just cleanse the area, clean it up a little. And that's my first step. And when I'm doing it, I've got to keep a clear head because this is all supposed to be a healing place, which is why it's appropriate for me to start truly, really telling my story standing here. So I've scattered cedar all over the ground, and the medicine woman for the Mohegan tribe told me yesterday that she has stepped down and she no longer serves, and I have not been able to find who the new person is to query them about where I can find resources. Because, I mean, I don't want to take up all their time, but where I can find what to do. My husband says, oh, but the mighty Google. It's like, yeah, the mighty Google, so I can find a bunch of pan-Indian white lighter shit. No, I want the way. I want the way that used to be my father's, that was my father's father's, that was my mother's mother's, all the way back to Occam himself and further. For I am from the royal line that is now gone. And by God, by the gods, by the Great Spirit, by everything, I'm going to try to do it right. I also have to go out to a friend of mine, which is a tree, to put a basket out to the Masia we cook. But that's for another day. So I think this part of the story is done. If people are interested in me, not necessarily always ranting, mind you, but just saying, hey, I've done this thing. I don't know how good I'll be at putting it up, but I'll try. Okay, so I'm going to go back to centering and grounding this area and trying to be balanced because that's important. As soon as I figure out how to tell it to stop. Oh my God, I've never done it through my phone before.